Once a week, we check in with Kathy Helbig, who is a realtor, 17 years, St. Louis County, St. Charles County. She's a co-owner of Keller Williams Realty West, and she has an app that is absolutely fantastic. And each week she comes and gives us a couple of helpful hints in the world of real estate. Good morning, Kathy Helbig.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Great. KathyHelbiggroup.com, by the way, and don't forget the app. Go to the App Store. All right. Days on the market.
Yes.
The interesting number, days on the market. What does it mean?
Days on the market affect people usually in a negative way. So days on market, you'll see DOM show up on Realtor.com searches,
Right.
all the search engines. And it equates most of the time a negative connotation and immediately makes a buyer think something is wrong with the house.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's not always the case. So a lot of the times, really what it comes down to is exposure, location, and pricing. If you don't have all three of those in line, then you might be that house that has days on the market.
Right.
So it is really important to be aligned with a professional that can give you all the data, because you're not going to find the correct data doing your own pricing online. You need to be plugged into what the competition is. You need to be plugged into what the market activity is. You know, we will have ups and downs in the market. A lot of times there'll be a week or two where there's just not a lot going on, and then all of a sudden there's a rush. Like, for instance, this past week we've had 10 contracts. So the market is good right now, but there's a few people that are sitting there stagnant, and
Right.
they need to make some adjustments.
So you're sitting there and you look at a house and you think, I love this house. It's awesome. It has everything I need. Hold on a second. It's been on the market for 6 weeks. Something's wrong.
Right.
And then, so therefore, you might pass on that house for no other reason than, oh my goodness, somebody must know something I don't know.
Exactly. The first thing, there's two things that a buyer asks us right off the bat: how much and how many days on the market. Every time, the second you walk into a house, how many days on the market has this house been on? Because to them, that equates value.
Right.
If it's new, then there's an urgency to buy. That's what it all comes down to. So once your days on the market have started to accumulate, then the urgency for buyer isn't there. And that's why you do sometimes get the lowball offers, because they're not worried that somebody's going to beat them to it.
Right.
And it's not going to be there tomorrow. And then on the flip side, we have sellers that, you know, are really worried about doing price reductions. You know, we'll have conversations all the time, but I don't want to look like I'm desperate because I've done a price reduction. And quite frankly, to me, it's the other way around. If I pull up a property, you know, there's property history that shows every price move you've made, how long you've been on the market, if you've been listed 15 other times before. All that's now public record. So if I pull up a house that is sitting at the same price a year later and they haven't moved, to me, that tells me you're not motivated. If I see somebody that's making price drops, you know they're at least trying to
Right.
figure out what their sweet spot is.
All the nuanced world of
Yes.
real estate.
Yeah.
Kathy Helbig Group and the Kathy Helbig app. That app works all over the country, or just here in the region?
Different parts of the country, we just have to, you know, be tied into their MLS.
Gotcha. So it works in Florida, right?
Florida, Boston, yes, a few other states.
And works right here in St. Louis.
Correct.
Which is great. So download the app and find them online, KathyHelbiggroup.com.
Yes.
Kathy, thanks for checking in.
Thanks, guys.
Fabulous.
720, Big 550, KTR.